In this chapter, we are going to talk about the mappings and address. And let's make our game multiplayers by giving the zombies in our database and owners. So there are two data types. One is mapping and the other is address. And Ethereum blockchain is made up of account, and it's just like sending money to your banks or from your banks, and an account has the balance of either. And just like your bank, you have USD or other currency. And each account has an address, and this is the address. And it also said this is crypto zombie teams, so you can send some Ether to them to support them. And this is, which means the address is owned by a specific user, and so we can use these as a unique ID for the ownership of our zombies. So in our last lessons, we already create an array of zombies, and now we are going to make them to have an owners. So to define the mappings, and we will use mapping to help us to get, for example, is the zombie is belong to a specific account, or just like the questions, how many zombies do these accounts have? So we have to use the mapping, and this is an example of mapping. For example, this is the address and mapping to the uint, and this is the account balance, so you can see how much do the user's account has. And the other mapping is the uint mapping to the string. It's just like look up the username based on the user ID. So for example, this is 123 and this is John, so this is user ID to name. So this just an essential key values pair for looking up the data. In the first example, the keys is the address and the value is the uint, so we already explained this. So now we can go to the task, and to store the zombie ownerships, we have to use these two mapping ones to keep track of the address of that owns a zombie. So we want to know the specific zombie and who got this zombie, and the others is, for example, we want to know how many zombies the owner has. So we have to create these two mapping. So the first mapping is the uint, and then this map to the address, and we have to make this public. So we copy this and paste to here, and then we add the name zombie to owner. And the other is mapping, and this time we have to map the address to uint, and this is owner zombie count. So we can get the number of zombie by having to know the address. So let's check the answer. So we can go to next chapter.